What happens when a single unscripted moment goes viral, sparking debates about class, privilege, and authenticity? For Victoria Beckham, that moment was when her husband David famously called her out during their Netflix documentary, pressing her to be honest about her upbringing, and forcing her to admit that yes, her dad drove her to school in a Rolls-Royce. 2 years later, the story has come full circle. Now her parents themselves are stepping into the spotlight in her brand new Netflix doc, setting the record straight about Victoria's past, her childhood, and what life was really like before Posh Spice became a global icon. And trust me, what they reveal will surprise you. Victoria Beckham has always been a lightning rod for debates about wealth, privilege, and what it means to be working class. Back in 2023, the internet exploded when David Beckham, in their joint documentary, teased Victoria after she repeatedly described her upbringing as working class. With a sly grin, he leaned into the room and asked, "What car did your dad drive you to school in?" After a few moments of hesitation, Victoria admitted, "A Rolls-Royce." That small exchange went viral across TikTok, Instagram, and Twitter, sparking endless memes, commentary, and jokes about Victoria's so-called working-class roots. The world laughed, but the conversation cut deeper, questioning whether Victoria's self-image matched the reality of her childhood. Now, 2 years later, Victoria Beckham has released a brand new, self-titled Netflix doc, and this time her parents, Jackie and Anthony Adams, are stepping forward. For the first time, they open up about the truth of Victoria's upbringing, their family struggles, and the sacrifices they made. Anthony Adams, Victoria's father, explained how he built his electrical wholesaling business from scratch. He described how he and Jackie remortgaged their house to pay for Victoria's theater school, a risk that could have ruined them financially, but ultimately set the foundation for her career. "My dad started with nothing," Victoria says emotionally. "I was so aware of what my parents sacrificed for me." Jackie recalls setting up a production line at home, where she and her children would build plugs, cables, and electrical equipment together. It was not the glamorous life people imagine when they hear Rolls-Royce. It was hard work, sweat, and determination. The reactions have been mixed. Fans who once mocked Victoria for the working-class claim are now seeing her family's story in a new light. Social media is buzzing with praise for her parents' honesty and for Victoria's acknowledgement that her father's success came only after years of relentless work. David Beckham, never one to let the viral Rolls-Royce joke die, still pokes fun at the moment. On Instagram, he once posted a photo of Victoria's parents at the Ritz with the cheeky caption, "Very working class." But even through the jokes, there's admiration, because behind the humor lies a family that worked their way into success and never lost their closeness. One fascinating detail revealed in the documentary is that Anthony Adams didn't just hand Victoria a life of luxury. In fact, he was strict, demanding, and instilled in her a fierce work ethic. Victoria recalls how her father expected her to work just as hard as he did. That discipline, she says, shaped her into the determined woman she is today, a singer, a fashion designer, and a global entrepreneur. And here's something else most people don't know. Victoria has embraced the viral Rolls-Royce moment, turning it into a brand. She even wore a shirt reading, "My dad had a Rolls-Royce," during a Super Bowl commercial, a tongue-in-cheek move that she now sells on her website. What began as a viral gotcha moment has now become part of her fashion empire. Entertainment insiders say this move, putting her parents in the Netflix doc, is no accident. PR analysts believe Victoria is rewriting the narrative, giving context to her childhood and showing that success came from family sacrifice, not just privilege. One media strategist told us, "Celebrities are under more pressure than ever to prove they're relatable." For Victoria, showing her parents' struggles helps bridge the gap between her Posh Spice image and the hardworking family she came from. Others argue that Victoria has cleverly turned the controversy into a marketing tool, one that keeps her relevant and even profitable. For Victoria Beckham, this documentary isn't just about nostalgia, it's about legacy. By opening up about her parents' story, she not only clears her name but also builds a narrative of resilience and gratitude. It shows her as more than just a Spice Girl or fashion designer, but as the daughter of a family that risked everything for her dreams. For David and Victoria together, it reinforces their image as a hardworking power couple, both shaped by parents who gave them strong values. And in a world where celebrity reputations can be destroyed in an instant, that's priceless. This moment echoes similar celebrity truth-telling arcs. Think of Meghan Markle and her own ongoing battles with family narratives, or the Kardashians repeatedly defending their self-made empire. In every case, the public wants to know, did success come from luck, privilege, or hard work? Victoria's documentary flips the script. Yes, she had access to privilege, but only after her father built it from the ground up. In a way, it's the classic story of immigrant-style hustle, except this time, it happened in middle-class England. So what's the final takeaway? Victoria Beckham is no longer running from the viral Rolls-Royce joke. She's owning it, reshaping it, and even profiting from it. And with her parents by her side on Netflix, the world finally sees the fuller picture. Not just a Rolls-Royce, but a family's sacrifices, hard work, and unwavering love. And maybe, just maybe, that's the most working-class thing of all.
For full video, click related link below or like and subscribe this channel.